Greetings, I'm Hawatha Johnson, and I will be reviewing Resolving Everyday Conflict by Ken Sande and Kevin Johnson. This is in partial fulfillment of my EML 101 course at Dallas Theological Seminary. I'm charged with the task of pulling out 5 things that I've learned from this book. I chose this book because we don't always address conflict well in Christian community, and I thought it was just an awesome way to get greater and in-depth knowledge on how to do so. And so I'm going to dive right in. We are called to be peacemakers. That is the very first thing, and it's an overarching thing throughout the entire piece or the work. The gospel is not just a ticket to heaven, but the gospel is how we interact, how we impact one another. Because God reconciled with us, then we are charged with the task to be peacemakers and reconcile with other people. We do that by knowing that resolving conflict is an opportunity to glorify God. God is not the author of confusion. That's Satan's work. And so anytime confusion comes into our midst, be it a workplace, be it a church environment, be it a parachurch agency, whenever conflict arises, that's our opportunity to love on one another, to gently reconcile. And that's the third thing, to gently reconcile, to not avoid the conflict, but to face it head on. And in facing it head on, you have to address all parties involved. And that includes addressing yourself and knowing where you went wrong and what are the lessons that you can learn from this. And the other thing is, in all of this, we learn the power of forgiveness. We learn that conflict is just an opportunity for us to really face it and say, hey, this is where I messed up. This is our plan to move forward, and then move forward. It doesn't mean that you're going to forget what happened yesterday, but it means that you're going to work to build a bridge to continue to move on so that the work can continue, because it's not about us, it's about the work. And in it being about the work, good outcomes happen when we exemplify godly actions. And so it's really about shaping our mindsets to not be negative, not be pessimistic, but to really know that we are thinking about those things that are true, that are lovely, that are of good report. And if we focus our mind on all of those things, knowing that we're doing what we're doing for the sake of the gospel, and the same gospel that gently reconciled us back to Christ, that we can reconcile with one another so that we can reach other people and help them to come back into it. So Resolving Everyday Conflict by Ken Sande, Kevin Johnson, great read.